Today's a Monday market, 2nd February 2026, and we have news at 8:30 p.m. IST, which is ISM Manufacturing PMI. I'm not expecting huge or big moves for this. And let's start off with gold's analysis, right? So gold has been on a huge uptrend, and you can see the monthly, right? This blue. So the blue lines are the monthly high and monthly low. We are very close to monthly low right now, almost 60%, 70% of all the buying pressure that happened during the whole month has almost been taken out. And yeah, so I can't see anything on the 1 hour as well. Like I'm trying to take the downside. Like I'm trying to focus on the downside for gold, right? Trying to focus on the downside for gold. All this buying that happened here kind of messed up because you can see all the levels got violated. And for today's plan for gold, I am just trying to sell. I'm trying to sell a simple sell from Asia highs, right? Asia high right here. I want price to come up, take up Asia high, get into the zone, and then try to enter off from this zone. And so this would be the gold setup. But something that we have to keep in mind is all this liquidity, right? So all this liquidity right here, there's a lot of liquidity to be grabbed. So that is the only negative for this setup. So it's not an A plus setup. And now coming into Euro USD. Okay. Euro USD, we have two main setups, right? So one we can see on, let's go on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour we can see my classic two swing setup where there's two swings and I'm looking to take this, right? So this is the main setup that I'm focusing for today. And on the plus side, we have all this beautiful liquidity to be grabbed, and we have previous week's low resting right above this 1 hour zone, right? So we have previous week's low, which is this yellow line right here. I think you'll be able to see it better right now. This yellow line right here, that is previous week's low. So I'm expecting price to take out the previous week's low and then go back up. And the liquidity I am chasing for is all the way up until this 1 hour order block, right? So we could see the very similar setup to GBPUSD, but GBPUSD, the problem with this setup in GBPUSD is this setup looks very nice, right? This setup looks very nice, but the problem is that weekly lows are resting right below it. This yellow line is weekly lows, and this weekly lows is resting right below the order blocks. So if you want to target for GBP for longs, I think the better position to enter from, like where it would be A plus setup, will be this order block, right, rather than this one. So that you should keep in mind. And of course, if you're entering on Euro USD, it's always better to see an SMT divergence with your GBP USD, which gives you just extra added confluence to go for the trade and go for longs. USDJPY is a bit risky because we are having this potential for new news from the JPY side, but technically speaking, this looks to be an alright zone to go short from. But that being said, you can see this fair value gap right here, right? So this fair value gap is kind of big, and price can tend to fill this fair value gap. But again, price has already grabbed previous week's high, right? So I'm expecting price to slowly come back up, and then where I can target or 1:3, and then if price goes all the way back up to grab all this fair value gap, then sure, then that would be better for you and better for me, right? But that's my plan for USDJPY. So, and NZDUSD, we don't have a running setup, but we already have a setup from last week. So this is my order block from last week. All right, so this 1 hour OB is my order block from last week, and as you can see, price has tapped today. So let's go on the 15. So on the 15 and the 5 minutes, I am still looking for a change of character, right? I'm still looking for a change of character, which is right here. So I am just waiting for, price to come, either take this out or put in another change of character, put in another break of structure. So the change of character shifts like a little above right here, and then I'll try to take some longs from there. But if this 1 hour order block fails, it doesn't really make a big difference, because I am actually targeting this 4 hours order block, which is more higher probability than the 1 hour right now, right? So the 4 hours order block, which comes right here, that is what I am actually targeting for in the long run. But let's see today, right? USDCAD, so I had a setup drawn on Friday, I think, on Friday, maybe even Thursday, right? So USDCAD has hit that. I expected price to take out this liquidity, and it did, but the reaction from this zone has not been great. I mean, it was just a gap up. I mean, price just did open today, and it opened a clear gap up. You can see the price has gone up, and then it's still ranging. We still have to wait for today's London session to see, exactly how price will react today. And apart from that, USDCHF, I've got no setups today. I would guess that price would go down, right? So if you come down into your 1 hour, if you see the 1 hour, right? So let's just say that is one of your zones. So price has tapped that, and if you see very clearly on what's happening, it's almost like a head and shoulder pattern, right? So you have your neckline and you have your head and your shoulder. So price has tapped this region again. So I'm expecting price to come back down at least till here, maybe. That is a possibility for your USDCHF. And coming down into silver, I think I'm gonna skip silver because there is a gold setup. So I'm a fix. So these are my setups for today. It has been a very long time off of YouTube. So let's see. Hopefully we'll be back for a long time. We're gonna stay consistent again. We're gonna start posting our daily analysis and weekly reviews of the trades that I took during this week. And anything else, you guys can always hit me up on my socials. That's either Instagram, or you can hit me up through my WhatsApp community. The links will all be provided down in the description. All right. And yeah, that's about it. And I'll catch you in the next one.